Okay, hello everyone, I'm just popping in to do a short video. I might do 2 videos this week because I don't really know how long this video is going to be. I'm kind of doing this a bit impromptu, but anyways, so I don't know if anyone has any suggestions for anything they want to see in the next few weeks, because I have some plans for July. I've got some trips planned and I'm going to make some cool videos surrounding those, and I've got my birthday, so I'm going to do a couple of videos about that because it's 18 and I've got some cool plans surrounding that. So I figured that would give me some more sort of personal life-based content to do, which I enjoy making. It's easy to do. Oh my gosh, do you have to do that now? People in my neighbourhood drive like idiots and it's too hot to have the window closed because for some reason England has decided to get really warm, and God knows why. But you know what, I'm not complaining. It's the summer, and if I can have a little bit of warmth, I'll take it. It is getting a bit much now. Like, we need some rain, please, in here. I think the same. I think Canada's also had a heat wave as well at the moment, so I think they may be getting our leftovers of that heat wave. Someone's messing around outside. I don't know what they're doing, but you'll just have to excuse it because it's too hot. Anyways, onto the subject of this video. So if you saw my last video, or like any of the shorts I posted, or the like photos I put on the community tab, you would have known that Saturday night I was in Liverpool to see Lana del Rey, and I've been talking about this for a while. I'm a massive Lana fan and I was really excited to go and see that because I didn't think I would get tickets. I'm about to sneeze, hang on. Okay, thank God for the ability to pause the video. That is genius. Anyways, I can't remember what I was saying, but that's it. I didn't think I was going to get tickets, but they went on sale because I expected them to be crazy expensive, which apparently they were. Because what I said to my mum was, I was like, oh, I had a mock exam when the tickets went on sale, and I said to her, you know, if you can try, please do, but if they're over a certain amount, don't bother. My mum actually did end up bothering. I think it's a part of my birthday present anyways, but you know, my mother is literally a Ticketmaster warrior. She has, her and my dad go to like a lot of concerts, so she's pretty good with it, but we got really good seats as well, which we went to Anfield, which is Liverpool's main stadium. I think they've just gotten another which belongs to, because I don't know if it's like this in other countries, but in the UK, all of our stadiums are tied to sports teams, mostly football teams, because that's our sort of biggest sport thing. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. As I was saying, a lot of our stadiums are tied to our sports teams, and it's just a way for the football clubs to make money, because obviously these stadiums that they hold the football games in are huge. Some of these, like, think Wembley, obviously that's probably the most well-known one, but Manchester has an absolutely massive one that belongs to one of the 2 football clubs they have. Anfield belongs to Liverpool FC, which if you saw the photos on the community tab, that's why I had the photo of the emblem. And I think Everton, they have their own stadium, but I don't think it's as big, but I think they've just built another one that's a bit bigger, so. But this one was in Anfield. There was an old member of the quite famous member of the old Liverpool team, Kenny, whose last name I can't remember how to pronounce. The funny thing is, Lana del Rey is actually quite a big supporter of Liverpool FC, which is quite funny. So she seemed quite excited to be there, because she said about him being in the audience, and I saw on social media that she'd been with him afterwards. But there's old photos from like her being at some of the games in like 2013, because I think she used to live in the UK, which I think is how she got put on to supporting the football teams and following that kind of stuff, because I personally don't. But there's like photos of her with like the scarves on and everything. It's quite funny. But like my family, a lot of them are Scouts, a lot of them are from Liverpool, but we fall more on the Everton side of things. That's sort of, it's a bit awkward because that's sort of the team. And obviously cities like Liverpool, Manchester have like 2 football teams. It's a bit of a divide. It's all fun, it's nothing too serious really, obviously. But it was quite funny, there was a boy in an Everton t-shirt there as well, which was quite funny. It's the Liverpool thing. But anyways, so the stadium belongs to the football team, and a lot of these teams will rent out the stadiums for gigs and concerts and all sorts of events, just as a way of generating some like extra money, which they generate a lot of money from these things, like because they sell obviously all the food and the drink, and it's all price hiked up. Like it was £30 for a bottle of wine, which is crazy. It's like this like bottle of wine, it's about this big sort of size, 30 quid, and it's not even like a really fancy type of wine. It's like maybe one you could get in like a shop for like a tenner, which is madness. I didn't get any merch because merch, they had some cool stuff, but like the merch line was just crazy, and it was like 40 quid for a t-shirt. You can get it cheaper online, so ordered a t-shirt online instead, and I'm just going to pretend that I got it at the concert because we got there a bit too early because the doors opened at 5, so we got there at about 20 to 5. We wandered around and it wasn't too difficult to get directions to where our, because the entrances were like you would have one line for standing where they let people in, and then for the seats you had different entrances. So the higher ones were like entrance A, entrance B, entrance C and D, and we were entrance E because we were the stage was sort of here and we were just back, so we were directly facing the stage, and we had some really amazing seats because they were quite close to the front. They weren't like right up there, but they were just close enough so I could see everything. I could see Lana, I could see the stage and the big screens they had, and the stage setup was so cool. They had this little house and these screens on the back with all these amazing visuals, and they had dancers and like a live band. It was all very live, like you could tell it was all performed live, which I don't have a problem with lip syncing. I don't see why people go so mad when an artist is lip syncing, especially one that is more choreography heavy, because like if your whole career is based around your ability to sing and to sing well, you're not going to use your voice for every performance because you're going to damage it, especially those singers who, you know, take Taylor Swift for example. I reckon she did lip sync some of those Eras Tour songs, and I don't have a problem with it because 3 hours every night for a good couple of years, that would leave some damage to the voice, and like that's your whole ability to make money gone. If that goes, it's all over for you. So like I don't blame artists when they do that, because like you want to protect that. Am I being called? No, I'm not being called, I'm hearing things. Anyways, I'm going off on some crazy tangents, dude. Anyways, so it was all very live, which was nice because you could really hear her, but oh my god, it was so much fun. The people around us were all really nice. There was a lot of girls my age, which was nice to see actually. There was you could tell there were quite a lot of like boyfriends there, because there was a lot of these girls that were all really dressed up in really nice outfits, and then their boyfriends would be there in like jeans and t-shirt. Like, come on dude, could have put a little bit more effort in. But that was quite funny to me to see that. But there was quite a few people, like I said in my last video, with similar outfits to me, which honestly I liked. That was nice to see that I wasn't the only person with that idea, so it was fun. I think what else there is to say. I got some good photos. I was quite happy about that. I got one outside the stadium and I got one inside. Again, the set list, some people were complaining about the set list, but I thought it was perfect. The thing is with Lana, she has a lot of like sleeper hits and she has a lot of huge hits as well, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, I want this song, I want that song, but then when those songs are performed, the audience was quiet, because there was a few like lesser known ones that people were just like silent for. Like no one knew Arcadia, and I don't blame people for that. And like in Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, people were only singing during the chorus. So like the fans don't actually know a lot of the lyrics, which is fine. I'm not one of those people that think you should have to pass some sort of test to get tickets. Like I don't agree with that. But like people want to hear the hits, and that's just the way it is. And she's not gonna like stand up there for 3 hours like Taylor Swift would. I don't think she's really that comfortable on the stage. I don't really think every artist enjoys being up there as much, which is also fine. Like especially when you're performing to stadiums, there's a lot of pressure. That must be quite scary. I wouldn't go up there. No way. So I don't blame her. And especially with the visuals, it made the show really special. it was more like quality, because there was a lot of obviously thought put more into the visuals and the choreography than I think was put into the set list. Because what I think was going on was, I think there was some sort of story being told. It sort of seemed to mimic almost her life from between starting her career off and getting married, because during Young and Beautiful, the way the choreography was set up, it was like a wedding. And you know, they had this house in the background, and it was all very like Southern American, Tennessee, sort of country-esque, because like before the show started, they were playing like all this old country music on the speakers. I didn't know half the songs. There's a few Dolly Parton songs I recognise playing, but like there was a lot of like old-timey country music, which obviously with the direction she's gone with her music, yeah, it fits quite well that she do that. But that was pretty cool. So the stage setup was incredible. The Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard was one of my favourite moments, because it had an extended outro. It was a choir, and there were these women, and I think they're the same women she usually has for the other performances, but their voices were incredible, and it was an extended choir outro, and it was just beautiful. It was amazing. She did really well vocally. Her vocals were incredible. I don't know how anyone goes up there in front of such a lot, because it was sold out, and I've never like been to a stadium concert before. The birds are working really well with me right now. Thanks for making that nice noise. That's very nice. Anyways, I can't remember what I was talking about. It was like, I could not, it was sold out, and I was looking around, I was like, that's a hell of a lot of people. That must be quite scary to have to go out there and like sing in front of those people. But she did a really good job. Like, she seemed really happy as well. Like, she was like talking to the crowd and interacting, and she was smiling and laughing, and she seemed very into it, which is always nice to see. It was just crazy to like be in the same room as someone who, I'll be honest, I have idolized this woman. Like, I will tell the story on this channel at some point, but her poetry is one of the things that inspired me to start writing poetry, which is one of the reasons I'm now going to study what I'm studying at university. And that whole kind of domino effect has changed the direction of my life in a sense. So she has kind of changed my life in a way. So it was nuts to be in the same room as this woman who's like I've idolized, and who has essentially almost changed my life, and whose music has been something I've turned to during a lot of personal things. Like, a lot of her songs just seem to say what I'm thinking without even realizing it. Like, it's crazy to me. So it was almost quite emotional for me. I did cry. I cried in multiple. I didn't expect to, because as soon as she came on stage, I was gone. I was in like tears. I was like, oh my god, it's Lana del Rey. And I'm never gonna listen to Arcadia, that song, in the same way again, because she wasn't even on stage for that. But the crowd was awesome, because everyone had their phone lights on, and it was so beautiful. It was incredible, and it was a great show. It really was. I didn't stay for the whole thing. I did leave before as she started singing Country Roads, because she exits to a cover of Country Roads, the cover she's done. But I didn't feel like dealing with the crowd, because my phone was out of battery, and I was worried I was going to lose my mum, and we were going to meet someone to get out of there, and the traffic was going to be a bit crazy if we went at the same time as everybody else. So I figured, you know what, I've seen everything I want to see. I'm happy I even got to be here, so let's just call it a night, I figured. So I did that, which, to be honest, I'm not too fussed about. You know, her dad was funny. Lana's dad was there, and he kept poking his head out the side door before she went on stage, and everyone in the crowd and standing, every time they saw him, you could tell. Oh, oops. You could tell when he was there, because there would just be screaming in the pit. Like, people would see him poke his head around the side, and they would all just start screaming. My dog's misbehaving outside, I'm sorry guys. My mum's telling them off because I think they're digging. I think they are digging. I'm gonna shut the window quickly. Okay, the window is shut. Hopefully it should be a little bit quiet, but yeah, it was really nice to get to see someone whose songs have been such like an important part of this period of my life, in like a city that's really important to me, because Liverpool, I don't know why, like I have a lot of family there, as I said, and so I've been there quite a few times. I'm not too familiar with it, but I'm quite familiar with certain areas of it, like outside and around the city, that I've been to quite a few times. And I was very close to choosing to go to university there, but I figured where I live is quite small and it would be a bit too big of a jump to go straight from like a smallish place to a like huge city like Liverpool. Like, it's massive. So I figured I probably will live there one day. I think definitely it's a very special place to me. I don't know why, I just always feel at home, and I always feel quite safe when I'm there. Like, I always feel almost a sense of belonging to that city. I don't know why. I wasn't born there. I don't know if it's because I have memories from going there as a child, seeing my family, and I've always associated it with quite a lot of like good memories, or if it's just because like I have people I know there and it's because I feel like that with those people. I don't know, I've just always felt a connection to it, and so getting to see someone that important to me in a place that's quite important to me was a really good experience. I had so much fun. Just singing, dancing, and like everyone was feeling it, you know, like everyone was singing and just having fun, and it was so nice to get to watch. There was people at the back of the like standing crowd that were just dancing with each other. Like, there was two girls that were like running and around and like skipping, and there was two girls that were spinning each other and jumping around and like properly dancing and running around and like frolicking almost, and it looked so much fun. And I was like, you know what, if I ever go to like a stadium concert again, I'm going with someone else. I'm going in the bottom of the pit and we're doing that. That's a bucket list thing for me now, is to do something like that. And it was so nice to see just like people having fun as well, which was awesome. So I had a great time. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I think I've yapped for long enough, so I'm probably gonna upload again this week, just probably later on in the week. I don't know what video I'm gonna upload, but if anyone has any suggestions, please do let me know, because I'm kind of stumped for ideas at the moment. And yeah, so if anyone has any requests, anything they'd like to see, please just let me know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you probably later this week, I hope. Bye!